Happy Monday. Today's home workout is a for time workout, so we're gonna go from 10 all the way down to 1 of hang power cleans. You can do this with your dumbbell, kettlebell, or even a single object that you have at home. In between rounds, you're gonna be doing 15 wall balls. So if you have a med ball, perfect. If not, you can use like a basketball, any style of ball that you feel comfortable throwing against a wall, an object. With the wall ball weight, again, you kind of want to be around 20 to 14 pounds if you have the weights, or if you have something else, just to kind of gauge what weights you should be using for those wall balls. For the hang power cleans, something that's a little bit heavier, but you can keep each round unbroken. That's the kind of weight I would choose for there. Prescribed was 155 for the guys, 105 for ladies today for today's class. But again, see what you have at home, what you can manage to go unbroken with and do good form with at the same time, while trying to be on a little bit on the heavier side. The 10 to 1, again, we want to kind of increase our pace as we go down. The wall balls will stay the same reps, the hang power cleans or going down reps. In that case, still try to increase your speed as you're going down in reps. You'll probably find that around this round 6s and round 5 when you start to feel like it's getting a little bit easier and you can get a little bit faster there. So try to see if you can finish this workout within that 12-minute mark. That was the cap today for the class. See if you can stay within that mark. If you're going a little bit too far, going into the 20-minute mark, or you feel like that first round took about 3 or 4 minutes to do, go a little bit lighter, or even choose a lighter weight for your wall balls as well. That's a good option to do there. The worst case, again, if you find that it's a lot to do at first, you're not used to the wall ball reps or that weight, again, weight can go down, or you can bring down the reps as well. See if you can go down to 10 reps of wall balls if you haven't built up enough volume. So it's 150 reps today total. So keep that in mind as you're choosing your weights and what your targets are for those wall balls. So keep that in mind today. In case if you need to, don't feel bad if you bring down the reps. It's better for you as long as you're keeping that intensity throughout the workout. Once you finish that workout, guys, going into that afterburner, 15 inverted burpees. We worked on these in the past. We're gonna bring them back again, see how you guys feel with them. We've been working on a lot on the hollow position, working on the upper body strength. So we're gonna start to try them again, see where we're at with them. See if you did what progression you did last time, see if you can improve from the last time you did it. So if you were using a mat to kind of roll into your inverted burpee, see if you can slowly get close to the ground to do it today. 15 reps, not that much, so kind of have fun with it, take your time with it. It should take you about 5 to 10 minutes to do, and you don't need to do them all in one shot. So today's workout is a great one, guys. Really work on that hip power and work on that barbell endurance, and then we're finishing off with some active recovery at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stuff. We'll see you next for the warm-up.
Okay guys, for our warm-up today, we are starting off with some alternating Deadbug leg and arm raises. So we're doing this for a minute and we're gonna do 2 rounds of this. So we're gonna start off on our backs here in that Deadbug. So head and neck relaxed, arms are gonna be up in the air, and then I'm gonna bring my feet up. I'm gonna try to keep my legs straight if I can, arms straight, and then I'm gonna alternate. As my right leg goes down, my left arm goes overhead. Never go too low where you start to overarch that back. You want that low back pressed into the floor the whole time. So we're again just switching from one side to the other. Notice how I'm doing this slow in control. I always find controlling this movement to be more beneficial, especially since we're just warming up that core. You're gonna do that for a minute, take a little break, and then you're gonna go for another minute. After you're done that, you're gonna go for 3 rounds, starting off with some bent over rows. There is a little adjustment in the normal bent over row because we're doing this from the deadlift position. So normally when we do bent over rows, we would have our object and we keep our legs relatively straight, maybe not fully locked out, but we'll keep them relatively straight. From here, we actually want to be in the deadlift position. So So my shoulders are going to be just a little bit ahead of the object. My shins are going to be straight in the air. And of course my back is going to be flat. Notice how my head and neck is neutral, so I'm not looking straight. I'm looking in a neutral position, lengthening the top of my head, the crown of my head all the way down to the bottom of my spine. And I'm just going to squeeze those shoulder blades, pull my object in, and then back down. We're going for a set of 10 of those. Of course, I'm keeping my elbows tucked in tight to my body, and I'm trying to engage those upper back muscles at the top by squeezing them together. Once we're done that, we're going to go for 8 tempo deadlifts. So for our tempo today, we don't actually have a time that we want you counting it out. We just want you guys going slow on the way down. So we're getting to that bottom of that deadlift position, head and neck neutral, push with the heels, open the hip. We're going to squeeze that butt, rib cage is down, and then on the way down, nice and slow, we're going to hinge at that hip, pushing it back. When your hands get about to knee position, we're going to lower the rest of that movement with the legs. So remember, we're not just lifting with the legs, but we're lowering with the legs. You can stand up at a normal speed, go a little quicker. On the way down, we're really slowing it down. Once you're done 8 of those, you're going to go for 6 hang muscle cleans per arm. So in the hang muscle clean, we're going to start off by standing with our dumbbell. We're going to push that hip back just like we did in a deadlift, but this time I am looking straight. My back and chest is a little bit taller. I'm going to think of squeezing my butt, driving my elbow up, and then catching my dumbbell on the shoulder. So again, hips go back, push my elbow up, catch it on the shoulder. Notice I'm not catching it in a dip position for now. We're just warming up with the muscle clean. You can do all 6 on one side, or you can alternate if you like. We're doing 3 rounds of that. We'll see you for the workout next.
Those 9 hang power cleans. So again, you guys can use that same weight. If you're going single arm, let's go 9 per side. Or if you have a barbell, just go 9 total as prescribed. For those hang power cleans, guys, we're gonna bend over at the hips, kind of like that bent over row position. From here, we're gonna drive through the legs nice and hard. As we drive through the legs nice and hard, pull through the elbow. We're gonna land in that front rack position. So that front rack position, elbows tall, hips are back. Then we're gonna stand it up from there before we start our next rep. So nice hard drive, elbow through, hips back, and then stand it up. Make sure, guys, it's common. We're going to be kind of wanting to let our knees kind of go forward and catch with those femurs. We want to push the hips back as we catch it.
Then you're going into your wall ball, so grabbing that soccer ball, that basketball, volleyball, whatever you got at home. If you got something, if you don't have a med ball per se, okay? So going into your target, so maybe it's the side of your house head, trying to throw it as high as you can, then back into that squat, okay? Or if it's a heavier object, try to be consistent with your target. If it's light, high as possible. If it's a weighted object, hit that target.
Alright, we're here for the inverted burpees, guys. So this is a fun movement. I personally like this movement a lot. It really challenges your body coordination. You're also trying to get into that handstand position all in one go. So I like to start learning this inverted burpee by using something that's a little bit elevated off the ground for my hollow rock. So the initial position of the inverted burpee, so we're starting from that hollow rock position. So I'm going to show you guys the first half of the movement. So with the inverted burpee, let's get onto that elevated object, whatever that is. We're going to go for some hollow rocks. As you're doing those hollow rocks, once you're ready, we're going to think about planting our feet down to the ground and think about standing up. So rocking back and forth. Once you're ready, fast sit up, we're going to stand it up. That's going to be the first half of that inverted burpee. So we're going to get into that standing position. Once we're in this position here, guys, a couple options depending on where you're at with your skill level with your handstand. If you feel comfortable, go for your freestanding handstand hold. That's prescribed for your inverted burpees. Another progression, you just use the wall. So if you're you're not comfortable going freestanding, use the wall, and you're gonna kick up into your handstand hold. So after you've done that kick up, you're just gonna take yourself up into that handstand position, hold it for a second, and then come back down. That would be 1 rep altogether. So what it looks like is whole rock, stand it up, kick it up into that handstand position. If you're not comfortable with the handstand, that's all right. Focus on getting into a dive bomber or a push-up position. So once you come out of that hollow position, you guys can get yourself into that dive bomber, get into that inverted position, hold it for 5 seconds. Once you feel comfortable, or once you're ready, you walk it back in, reset your feet, sit back onto the mat, and then get yourself ready for the next rep. So again, we want to try to get from that hollow position, nice and aggressively standing it up, and then getting into that dive bomber, push up, handstand, whatever that may be. Have fun with this one, guys. It's just 15 reps. Play around with it. If you want to use the first 5 reps just to learn how to hollow rock into that stand, do that, and then use the last 10 reps for just the inverted burpees. Use it today for practice and for fun, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next workout.